Hello everyone, Reborn here. Long time no see. Let me start this video by saying this is not a call to action. This is not me asking for anything or begging. This is just a public service announcement so others don't have to be put through the similar situations that I have been put through. About a year and a half ago, Blu3boy told me a story, which at this point, I don't know if it's true or not, but I was told he was being removed from his home by his landlord, and he was down on his luck. He was miserable where he was, and he was getting kicked out of his house. My partner and I opened our doors to Blu3boy. We let him stay with us rent-free for a few months to get back on his feet. Our lease was up, and we asked if he wanted to find a place for all three of us. I was trying to be a good friend. I was trying to help a friend in need, something I would later regret. While looking for places to live, he would whine about how he didn't want an apartment, he needed a house, because he wanted his dog to have somewhere to run around. I could live in an apartment with my sister, was the comment he made one time. Whatever. At the time, didn't really mean much to me. His mindset on the place we're at right now, and that is where we're at right now. His dog never showed up. Once we moved into this place, all Blu3boy did was complain about it. The traffic, the whatever, the this, the that. You can't make him happy. There was an issue. I'm gonna skip over living with him, because it would take up too much time, and it doesn't, it's whatever. So let's fast forward. We signed a lease for this place November of last year. Our lease is ending, and Blu3boy has renewed his tags for where we live. A day before the lease rolls over, the landlord sends us an email saying, hey, the lease isn't signed. Okay, well, I know I signed it. I know my partner signed it. Blu3boy, did you sign the lease? Yeah, I did that a long time ago. I did a long time ago. Let me check. And then 20 minutes later, the lease is completed, and we get the full lease, and we're locked in. This is a thing. I mean, it seems he just lies about little things. I'll get to another one later. So, that being said, we signed the lease. It rolled over November 1st. So that's, a month and a half ago. Maybe a little less than that. 3 weeks into this lease, Blu3boy decides that he needs to chase some girl, and he's moving out. No warning. No notice, no time for us to prepare, and also no money. So we are out. Before this happened, I saw hints of what was going on, and I would ask him all the time, what's happening, and I would get no answer. I'd get either, just no warning, no information. I suggested to him, if he's thinking of leaving, that he should probably give us some kind of notice so that we can budget and save, because we may not be able to cover this cost by ourselves. He miserably mumbled to me after saying that, it never even crossed my mind that we would have to cover his rent. He didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. It never crossed my mind. And then, after that, he mumbled, I'll give you guys money. Not his rent though. He's not going to give you the money he owes. He's just going to give you, give us money. He never communicated when, where, if he was leaving. The day he left, he said nothing. We went out and ran errands. He texted me and said, "Are you guys almost home?" I said, "Yep, just about." And I got keys under the mat. He was gone. Apparently, according to some people I've talked to, he was planning this move for months, which is crazy because I, again, was given really no heads up on this at all. Even when asking for information, he could not give me an answer. It was either silence or I don't know or tell me what to do. And I've also heard that he has told some people that I was fine with him leaving. I acted fine. I knew you were leaving, and I'll get into that. But I wasn't fine with it. You're an adult. You have to make your own decisions, Blue Boy. And that's what I told you. That's all I told you. And you chose wrong. Sorry to say it. You chose wrong. He told us he took time off work. This is before he left, about a week. Not about a week. He said that he took 5 days off of PTO in a row, and to figure out, to get his head straight with this girl that he's going to fucking chase. And what actually happened, because we know someone, he put his notice in on a Monday and tried to use PTO the next day, and they told him to kick rocks. So he didn't have a job for a week, but he kept telling us he did. Why? Why lie about it? Finally, on the 8th day of him being off, I said, "So, do you have a job?" And he said, "No, I quit on Tuesday." It was a Wednesday. I knew he was full of shit. He was getting his car repaired after quitting his job. Probably to go drive somewhere, to move. But again, at this point in time, he was still telling us he didn't know what he was going to do, and to help him and to give him guidance, even though everyone has told him. Let me rephrase that. People that he has told about this girl, we have all told him it was a terrible idea, and he just didn't listen. And this is something Blue Boy does. He just asks you the same question over and over again until you give him the answer he wants. He doesn't care about anything else. He blocks out the rest. Sound familiar, guys? We had a conversation about, the rent and I didn't cross my mind. That was on a Wednesday. The next day a pod was out in front of our place. Saturday he was gone. This is a guy I stuck my neck out for and helped when I thought he needed it. I was trying to be a good friend. I'll say this, dude. We are 7 days removed from rent being due. I haven't seen a dime, a penny, anything. Yes, I've blocked you because what you did, whatever. Yes, I've blocked you. You have reached out to me on my phone number and said you were going to give me money. I have that. Here it is. We have no money. It's the 8th of December. Rent doesn't get paid when you want it to be paid. It gets paid on the 1st, like everyone else. You didn't pay your utilities for the month you were here of the lease. You didn't give us that either, so thanks for that. We cleaned the house around the time you had left. You tracked dirt through the whole house, didn't clean it up. Why would you? You left your bathroom in shambles. We had to clean that up. Thanks. Appreciate that. We really wanted to do that. Thank you. it's just disappointing. And I don't want to help anyone out again just because of this shit. My partner and I are now out 8 to 10 grand by end of year. Over 9 grand at least just in rent. And Blu3boy's acting like nothing's wrong. He's going on Wes's channel. He's trying to stream with Clay. He's just acting like business as usual, having a good old time. And we're here trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Legal action is something we've thought of to find a resolution for missing money. However, I'm not educated enough in this field. From basic research, it would seem money is needed, which, shocker, don't have a lot of that now. A lot of extra of that. And time. It's just I'm just pissed Blu3boy can't just do the right thing. He's just so selfish and so locked in on this stupid little dream because he needs to have this. He always acts like a victim and pretends he does nothing wrong. Again, you're not blocked on any Cash App. I have sent you a request for that rent, and I know you've seen it because I reminded you of it. I sent it to you on the 1st, and I reminded you 2 days ago, and still nothing. Still not even a dime, not a dollar. I just no moves to make it right, man. And after everything we did for you, it's just so fucking irritating. Again, I mean, his argument right now is that I didn't act mad when he left. However, I mean, he must have been reading the room wrong. But also, you know, I'm not gonna make decisions for you. You couldn't. Like, you're not a child, and you have responsibilities. I mean, like, let's put this into perspective for you, okay? You tell me if this sounds familiar. Man financially fucks a couple, flees the state to pursue dream. Who does that sound like? Because guess what? Sounds like you now. I mean, you were already leaving, and you think we're too stupid to figure it out. This whole like, oh, I don't know what to do. You were leaving. It was pretty obvious from the steps you took. You quit your job. You got your car repaired. You had a pot out in front of the house almost immediately. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break about this tough decision you were gonna make. You were leaving no matter what. You were telling other people you were trying to move for months, bud. I mean, who are you trying to fool here? People are comparing notes now, by the way, Blu3boy. So like, all your like bullshit, it's coming out, man. You know, you got a great mask, but when it slips, you are just a miserable little shit, dude. And it's awful. And I mean, there's something else I was gonna say. Blu3boy, you were a shitty roommate, but you were an even shittier friend. Karma's gonna get you, dude. And when karma comes, who's gonna be there for you, man? Because it seems like this is a thing you do. How many bridges you got left, man? Seriously. For everyone listening, sorry. This is the only course of action I can think to take at this point. But again, this is a person I considered a friend, and again, I stuck my neck out for and tried to help out. And this is, of course, after he got me into shit for his stupid actions. Multiple sock accounts that I was accused of being and dragged because he wanted to fuck around. And just like the bullshit I had to go through because, you know, East Lease, Golden Nectar, Gothic Grandma, I was blamed for all of these and dragged, and you just sat there and giggled as you continued to use them. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I had nothing to do with them. It's just irritating, man. It's like you just don't give a shit, man. It's just disappointing. Sorry again. Anyone who's listening, I'm sorry that this is how it has to be, but good news for you all, I guess, would be that I will be streaming again soon. I'm not asking for money. Again, I would like to make that very clear. I'm not asking for anything, but I will return to streaming, and we will have a fun time laughing at this dolt. Not this one, the other one. I've got I'm deeming it the Carter Part 5er. Carter Part 5er. I have been trying to catalog calls since I have stopped streaming. I'm very close to wrapping up 2020, and by very close I mean I still got a couple months, but I hope to see you all there. Sorry for the downer, but I just don't know what else to do.
Hey guys, this is Tiffany hijacking Reborn's video to add a couple of comments. Now there are going to be some who are going to call this drama, but that's not what this is. This isn't about a friendship ending so that now everything personal becomes public. This is Lorne Armstrong 2.0. How many times have we all said that we wished Lorne would have been forced to pay Betty back? He'll say he can't pay it back. He doesn't have the money. He hates that the job at her house went like that. He really, really does. Sad face. Isn't that punishment enough? He's made his excuses and he's not going to pay because Lorne doesn't do the right thing. Blu3boy is doing the exact same thing right now by leaving Reborn and his partner with a debt that they have no other option but to pay. This is a lot of money. If you stole $8,000 to $10,000 from a business, you'd be arrested. This isn't something that can be explained away like, "Aw, shucks, guys, I never even meant to do it. This is all a misunderstanding. I told Reborn I was going to give him some money. Let me get settled first. What the fuck?" Come on, everybody. You've heard me talking to Lorne and you love me, remember? We can act like none of this ever happened. Everything that we hear from him is just going to be an excuse as an attempt to be, quote, untouchable in the community, end quote. The right thing to do would have been to approach them with a solution instead of handing them a problem. Saying something like, "I'm leaving, but I'll be paying my share of the rent each month by the 1st until the lease is over." Well, December didn't happen. January won't happen. Maybe he'll dribble a little bit here and there, and it'll be expected that Reborn will think he's doing the best he can to manage under this undue hardship. Just like Lorne did when he held up money orders that were going to Betty. She was paid back a fraction of what was owed to her, and I expect that unfortunately this is going to be the same. This would be fucked up to do to a stranger, let alone friends. So Blu3boy, when you're sitting around thinking about how this is all so unfair, I hope you stand in front of a mirror and repeat the words of the great Tobias Funke. I just blew myself.